Howdy. How's everybody doing? You thought it was Jenny Penny? No. It's not Jenny Penny. Actually, the Jab has been pretty open about her helping them with the child support. I'm guessing it was probably more than just one person, but I don't know exactly how much the Jab paid, but I do know there's no way in hell that Jenny Penny paid anything. I've also heard rumors that supposedly Jenny Penny loaned me money for my situation. No, that did not happen either. Don't you guys think that? I don't think that Jenny Penny is going to be loaning anybody any money on YouTube anytime soon. Oh shit. What the heck? Oh, I need to put this one up. I got out two, okay. I have too many pops out here. I think the Jab has had a little bit of a change of heart since she helped him. She's more in support of the grandmother, I believe. Yeah, the Jab's in here. I try to get her to... It's not? Probably... I don't know. I've heard that there's a lot of issues with that. People not getting notifications for different channels. But I'm guessing me not being very consistent on YouTube has something to do with it. I'm guessing why you might have saw me a lot more, because well, I was on here every day, 8 hours a day, and haven't been able to do that. Hey, Darlene. Did you wanna come up here, Jab, and explain and talk to the people? If I could figure out how to even do that on here, I'm sure I can, because I'm on a different collab cam. Or actually what I could do is have you call in to the Google Voice number. Oh, you don't want to come up here? Hey, Dupe. Hey, Sherry, Amy, Jane. Sorry I didn't say hi to everybody, but I was listening to Prayer Garden earlier a little bit while I was getting some stuff done, and I about spit my Diet Coke across the room when she said that Jenny Penny paid for child support. I knew that was completely untrue, and I knew Jenny Penny, when she hears that, she's probably not going to be happy. But what had happened is, I believe been a mix-up between the jab and the grab because their names sound alike. I've seen people confuse them before. So I guess that's why. And Jenny Penny, I don't know why people think she was my sugar mama or something, but that's not the case. I think she might have super chatted me once or twice or something ever. You know, just so that's crazy. I don't know where people get this stuff, and even the jab hasn't. I mean, she has sent me cash apps and stuff before and bought for my sales, yes, but she hasn't sent me like large amounts of money, you know, or. Hey, Andy. Sound like Kermit. Miss Piggy, love Kermit. Yeah, exactly. I know everybody's my sugar mama. Exactly. Why? Well, why aren't you sugar mama paying my freaking rent? Pretty crappy sugar mamas you guys are. It has been in Dawn's ear for a while now, Ziggy. I don't believe the jab is very happy with Dawn and Candace right now. That's my understanding. But I think she likes the grandmother. I don't want to like speak too much for her. She is in the chat, so I don't want to say something wrong. Did you pay all their child support, Jab, or was that a group effort? And why does it say 300? What the heck? Is that what it says over on your guys' side too? Down at the bottom where it says thank you so much, and then does it say $300? What happened with child support? I'm trying to figure out. There was a mix-up in who is the one that helped Dawn and Candace with child support, but I'm guessing there's probably a few. But I'm asking Jab here. Maybe she'll let us know. Well, no. Don't feel bad. I'm not getting on you, Jab. You know, when you told me about it, I knew you were. I didn't want to, you know. It's just. I knew you were set on. I knew you were set on helping them, and I knew you meant well and stuff. But that was then, and this is now. I think she has different feelings. Yeah, millionaire. If I was a millionaire, I would totally pay my mods. What was it I was saying though about Jab? I don't know. I am curious to see. It's 3 million in dimes. It didn't have to. It yeah. She said that she did help Candace when Dawn was locked up. That's true. Yeah. What she's saying is correct. I mean, from what she's told me. She only helped out when Dawn was in jail. So she hasn't helped, I don't think, with any more of it since Dawn's been out, right? Including the child support. I'm not giving you a hard time. I think if your intentions are in the right place, it's all about somebody's intentions, Brandy. You know, I mean, you know your heart and the reason why you did it at the time. And I mean, I'm sure there was other people too that helped. I don't agree. I don't think it's a good idea personally, because I think that they're not going to get the boys back anyway. So I believe it's a waste of money to pay it, because they're going to be losing their rights to the boys, and they'll just probably erase that debt of the child support. I mean, they're not going to really come. Well, they actually do sometimes. What would happen about that? Would they have to pay their arrears of that child support even if they lost custody down the road? Probably, huh? Oh, really? They were going to go to jail? So it wasn't just that they would lose. Okay. Hey, I do know they take people to jail for child support. But I thought there's a certain amount that you have to be over. How much behind were they? And do you know how much they were required to pay? Because you guys, it's rumored that I've heard from more than just one person who's been in communication with the Wells that I mean, I think it sounds crazy, because I didn't know you could just like go to CPS and be like, take my kids. But supposedly Don really did tell CPS to take the boys, and he was all for him taking the boys. Which that makes me even more suspicious. Like, okay, you're wanting the boys to be gone, and now Summer's gone. That means no kids there. It's like he didn't want kids or something. I thought it was all bullshit when he was saying, "Oh, I told him to take the boys because it was so dangerous." Nobody goes up that. Well, I can't say nobody goes up that hill, because somebody walked up halfway up it and took that banner of Summer Wells. Which, I mean, I think it is pretty disgusting for them to have that out there anyways, because it's mocking everybody. Everybody knows they know where Summer is. So don't sit there and put up a freaking huge poster pretending, you know, that I think that's probably why somebody took it, to be honest. Don and Candace don't have their children. Yes, take people to jail for my ex went to jail. Yeah, I knew that, but I didn't for some reason, since the child support was going to. So it goes to the foster parents, or it goes to the state? I guess I don't know why I didn't think that. That just makes, I knew that people go to jail for unpaid child support, but doesn't it have to be like 10,000 at least over, or in their arrears for them to take you to jail, or does it not matter? Actually, I think it doesn't matter, because if I remember right, because I think I remember hearing about instances where people couldn't get out of jail until, like, their bond was their arrears of child support, and they had to pay it completely off to get out of jail. adoption. Okay, goes to the state. Then the state pays the foster parents. Okay. So a subsidy. So that means they don't get the whole amount. Don said it on Josh's the other night. He was teen and his sister was 5. He said it so we know who supports child is. It's very easy for some reason, and not making excuses, but I'm not, but I've caught myself many times looking at Dawn like a regular person. I don't know why. I suppose because he's probably a master manipulator. He's a career manipulator. He might not be the most like book smart, but I feel like he's actually pretty intelligent. It's crazy. I never looked at it like that. When I think of the case, I always looked at it as if Candace was the main culprit. Now I just have had such a change of heart. It's so weird how different. I mean, because I used to think it was possible that Don didn't even know, because I wanted to believe he was a nice guy and stuff, and I would forget about the SA stuff. I don't know why. I don't know. I mean, that's horrible. But now I'm like, man, is he just like really, like, has he just been manipulating all his life? And you know, if you think about it, Candace is definitely the maturity of a teenager. Her mind, mental state, like she acts like a teenager. And that's kind of why she hangs around teenagers, I'm assuming, because they are more like her mentally. And it makes me wonder if Dawn targeted, or you know, if that's what one of the things he really liked about Candace is that she was easy to control. Is it possible he could have been manipulating her over all these years, and that she grew up in an environment like her uncle was an RSO, and I mean, do you think it's possible she thought Dawn made her think that was normal, and I don't know. Just tell me now I can buy rehab pictures. People need support. Jab's right above you, Sandra. Can't look at Donna, it's normal, I know. But hey, Brooklyn. And Brooklyn just made me think of Destiny because of your order, that package I just sent you. I need to send Destiny. Destiny, I just remembered that. A couple days ago, I was like, oh crap, because she got shoes a few days ago, so Destiny, I haven't forgot about you if you hear this. Anyways, it can go to jail 6 months or longer for not paying. In my state, my ex-son-in-law never paid a red cent. He went to jail and signed his rights away to get out of jail. So, okay, let's say when they lose rights to the children, though, it's funny that I come on here. I do that. I do come in, do. I do. Do you do? I do. I I do come on here and ask you guys questions all the time when I should be informing. I do notice that. I come on here though more of a discussion, a back and forth, like we're in a circle just talking. I don't look at I don't view myself as somebody coming on here to educate really. I mean, my mind, I'm curious, and sometimes I research, and I've been down to Tennessee and stuff, but it's just because I'm just very interested. I do it all the time. He's a master at it. Yeah, Jab, it's too bad. I think it's very telling that they didn't split at that time. To me, I mean, I'm talking about when Dawn was in jail here recently. That Candace would not have had to worry about anything, bills or anything, for probably at least like a year. There would be so many people that would have been willing to help her and help her pay for her expenses, because she's so codependent on Dawn. Like, I don't think she would be able to survive on her own, like, at all. I don't know. But anyways, if she would have left him while he was in jail, there would have been so many people willing to help her. And the fact that she didn't leave really shows me a lot. And the fact that Dawn didn't divorce her or tell her to get out because she was still drinking, that tells me a lot too, because it's like they're not splitting up because they have something on each other. I think Dawn's got Candace terrified. Just like that, oh, you've got 7 alibi, or I've got 7 alibis, you've got none. What if he's got her like, I feel like almost now that Dawn was the main, this is just a legend and an opinion only. I feel like now it was the other way around this whole time. It was Dawn that arranged this. I feel like Candace knows, definitely. I don't think Grandis is involved. She might know though, which I think is pretty freaking shitty. I'll say this right now, and I know some people think Grandis is involved, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful calling her Grandis. I know she doesn't like it, but it's just so easy to say. But I think it's really shitty the position that Dawn and Candace put Grandis in. Because they tried to get her to lie. You guys remember her when she went on the news? She hadn't spoke up or talked at all. It was like for months. Nobody ever heard from Grandis except, supposed Facebook messages, and people were trying to debunk those as fake or whatever. Nobody knew to believe it or not. And then we have the interview with Grandis, and she comes on, and it's so obvious that she was not at the freaking Warriors Park. The way she was talking. Dawn and Candace fed Grandis a story to tell to cover their asses. I feel like they put Grandis in a horrible position, because I don't think she knows. I think she knows now, but I don't think she was a part of it. Um, I don't think so. But I do think she knows now and is covering because, but I think it's shitty her daughter put her in that position. Which, once again, goes back to, though, I mean, she is very heavily manipulated by Dawn and controlled by Dawn, so. But, to put Grandis in that position where she has to lie to law enforcement for them and put her in a position of maybe getting criminal charges for lying to law enforcement. Yeah, I think from what I've heard from several people, Grandis is at the point that she is just like she's done with them. She is DONE done. She's tried with Candace. Tried, and it's just like she's like, you're not gonna freaking take me down with you guys. Your boat's sinking, and I'm getting off that boat. And from what I hear from a few people now, like she's told law enforcement everything that she knows. And if she hasn't, I think she's like really close to. I don't know if she knows the details. I bet she doesn't know like the exact details. Grandis doesn't, but I bet she knows kind of an overview. Because I don't think Dawn and Candace would tell her the exact details. What do you guys think? She should have told the truth. Candace knows where Summer is. She is so disgusting. She has had how many kids? Never raised one to 18. If that, yeah. I mean, I know I'm not perfect. And I've talked about my addiction and stuff, but I knew not to keep popping out kids. I learned my lesson at the time. I shouldn't have. I wasn't ready to have a kid at that time, but I'm very happy and feel very blessed to have her. I mean, but there is a reason why I have just one, You would think most people like this. Well, that just goes on. I heard the channel The D. I think it's D Presents or something. I really like her. I think she makes. I don't know. I just like her little videos, and I usually agree with what she says. But it goes back to them not being able to take responsibility for anything they do. Thank you. It is what it is. Yeah, I'm just not trying to be hypocritical. Like, I'm not trying to be judgmental either. And some of us don't learn, but you would think, okay, first kid, second kid, you didn't learn. I mean, that's so selfish to keep popping out kids. But kind of. Because do you guys remember Dawn saying that him and Candace didn't want any kids and they ended up with 4? Do you guys remember that? Does anybody else remember that, or is it just I could have sworn I heard that he said him and Candace did not want any kids, and they ended up with 4. Oh, she does, Marilyn. I agree. She does have a big part in her missing. I do agree that Candace does. But what I was saying is, I believe, though, it was whatever happened, I think it was put together, or it was Dawn's idea, I feel like. Because listen to that 911 call. That's the call. Me listening to that again, that call is what really helped change my mind about Candace. She was crying about Summer in that call because it was right after. It sounds like somebody says he was trying to R her, and Candace started crying, saying he's always trying to hurt Summer, and that was right after Dawn and Candace were arguing, and Candace wasn't budging about changing her mind about calling the cops, or telling that he was trying to convince her to not go through with calling the police. I mean, they were already on the way, but to try to get her to forget about the whole thing. And she won it. And it was weird because, and this is so disgusting to even think like this, but it was like right after that, when she wouldn't give in to what he was wanting her to do, it sounds like he went right over to Summer and started to like mess with her, grabbed her, mess with her in some way. Or I don't know what happened, but it's like he went to Summer right after like he was mad at Candace, so he went to Summer to do whatever happened there. And then right after that, right after Don goes over there, you can even hear him saying Summer's name in the background at first, before the whole commotion and he was trying to R her or whatever. And then Candace goes over there and she's bawling and saying he's always trying to hurt her, and so now it makes me feel like Dawn did something to Summer out of out of spite to Candace or something. Or I don't know. I know she should have. That's what I'm saying. It is what it is. Like, she should have left him. She would have. She had the perfect opportunity. But I feel like Dawn has her brainwashed. Like, I think if like Dawn was the master arranger of this whole thing with whatever happened, and Candace just went along with it, or maybe, I don't know how involved Candace is. I mean, but I do know, I feel allegedly that she is involved, but in some way, but I do believe she was manipulated in some way by Dawn. I don't know if she knew exactly what was going on. But why did I wonder if she's so scared that Dawn's got her so terrified. However, she might be, I don't know how involved she is, but if it's not, maybe like if she would have gone to the cops and she could have maybe worked out a deal or something. If she would have told them what happened. That's if Dawn was the main person in all this. But she didn't. Either she was terrified, either Dawn has her so scared. I mean, she has a good reason to be scared now. I mean, it's been, a year and a half. And yeah, she should, she should be scared. But she really had an opportunity to do the right thing and also get away from Dawn at the same time. And she wouldn't have had to worry about anything I guarantee, for at least a year. There would have been so many people helping her. Which video? Should the video? It's on the walls. You thought that I'm not gonna play them, but I liked I did. I liked the videos by AF Pennington, but not it. It's kind of a fine line, though, because how do you make a birthday video? It can't be happy because she's not here to celebrate. She's missing, so yeah, it's kind of difficult to make. I remember I got shit from people for on Summer's first birthday, missing for something I did on, I can't remember exactly. It was kind of creepy, like it was. I could see why it was. I do agree that one was. I know, but from what I hear, Grandis has really tried to get Candace to. I guess she's tried and tried and tried to get Candace out of there. So I guess it's just either. Is it possible that Dawn really did just hand over the kids to CPS? Shit, my chat's not on it. I keep forgetting that. Oh, I've been missing most of your guys' comments. Damn. But I've been using Streamlabs lately because it's cheaper than StreamYard, and it has cooler things you can do, but it's more complicated, and yeah, it's just more complicated. and the chat that I see that's in Streamlab, it's always on. There's two options, but the default is the top chat, not the live chat. So, but top chat is just some of the messages. So, yeah, I keep forgetting to change it to live chat. I don't understand why they default it to top chat, but anyways. Tim, yeah, what? Oh, that was the other thing. I was trying to tell somebody who hadn't been listening to YouTube lately a little bit of what happened the other night. And it's Smiley's. That's the other thing. I was telling them about the Brad with Sean thing. Don admitting knowing him for 7 years, and then the Tim Mullins thing. Don told a whole different story about how he met Tim Mullins. That they met because they almost got into a head-on collision, and that's how they met. That was his story he told a few days ago. What was the other thing everybody's freaking out about that he said in that? There's more. He agreed with CPS for boys to go there. I wasn't safe there. I do remember him saying that, but I thought he was full of shit. I really did. I'm like, oh yeah, sure. But the fact that it's true, it makes me think, wow, was he trying to get rid of all the kids? All that does is make him look more suspect to me. She is really good at fake crying it. And she was drunk on that call too, so but think about though, when I think about the two, Candace like being on YouTube and the times that Dawn has, Don never talks about Summer. He goes to the stepsisters or Chris McDonough or Josh. It just seems like maybe Candace was gonna really tell Ernie the truth that one time when maybe she was really about ready to tell. You guys remember that when she was supposed to go on Ernie's? And where's Ernie anyways? Is he even on YouTube anymore? I know, Heels. There's the only reason somebody lies like that is because they're hiding something. Why would they have to lie about how they knew Brad or how Tim and him met? That made me think. I don't really think Tim's involved. Actually, I really do think he's working with law enforcement. But that did make me look at him like a little sideways. But then I thought, well, maybe it's at this. Maybe it was both. Maybe they did almost get in a head-on collision, but it was also at the parade or the vigil or whatever they met at. She said she's never done drugs. Well, I think, yeah, that's definitely not true because supposedly she failed for cocaine. But then that was a long time ago, back when Summer went missing, when they did that whole drug test. But a lot of people don't look at weed as a drug, and a lot of people also don't look at alcohol as a drug. even though they, you know, alcohol is definitely a drug. I guess marijuana is too, I suppose. But a lot of people don't look at those as drugs, so I don't think I don't think she's really that big into the other drugs. Do you guys think? I think she's just a really bad alcoholic. She might do some pills sometimes though. I don't know. Oh, but during that interview that where they did Dawn and her did, she was definitely on something, some benzos or something, which I would probably be too, just to be honest. If my kid went missing, actually I wouldn't live through it, but I'm pretty sure I wouldn't. But at the very least, I'd probably, yeah, I definitely would not be sober. I don't think. And actually, using drugs just makes it worse because drugs intensify the depression, like really, and it just makes it more horrible. But it gives you that instant gratification at the time that you feel like you need. Oh my gosh, when it seriously, when Jim first like passed away, the first like 2 months, it seriously felt like torture. It was my heart, like I could not eat. I like literally was my heart actually hurt, and it just was torture. So I can't imagine a kid, you know. That is true. They are used to their kids not being there. You're probably right. They probably do just take whatever. Didn't Candace make the call for the boys to be removed? Oh, did she? The birthday day with the little girl, Candace balloons in hospital. I believe every bit of that is Tim Mullen doing that for a freaking movie. He's going to make money off the wells. Yeah, probably. Yes, he's going to. And he's going to probably do a tell-all. He's going to be able to... I think he's helping law enforcement. I guarantee it. There's no way that guy is... No, I don't think... He doesn't have any, like... Nobody's... I mean, he's... Some people find him strange, but he doesn't have any, like, bad... anything in his background or anything that's... And from what I hear from people who went to school with him, that he was a really just like nice person, but I don't know. You never know. Oh, it's okay, Crystal. It's fine. Now I can at least like, yeah, I wouldn't be able to talk about it at first. Risk of will get adjustment. Yep. If they'll get the boys back, are they definitely having court tomorrow? Does anybody know? Jab, do you know? Or is it for sure? For sure? Because I heard on Don B, he was saying that there's been some whispers about the court date possibly being changed because of something going on. Because the courthouse being closed or something going on at the courthouse tomorrow or something. Oh, he's in the hospital? Who said that Candace stopped drinking? No. The Jab claims that she was sober before Dawn got out, but it is hard for me to believe, but No notification? That's what other people were saying too. Background. Oh yeah, they're definitely drinking now, but I think some people were saying that Candace was sober there for a while. For sure tomorrow. I know, she was talking about divorcing him. Like, she was, and she even would say, she was even saying, saying to that he could possibly be involved. She did not like shoot down people when they would ask her about Don being involved. She was entertaining that possibility. I think Don made sure Candace was involved so that she wouldn't ever talk. she was drunk for definitely a good majority of the time when Don was in jail, that's for sure. We know that. So, peas in a pod. I think that's I don't know. I'm hearing rumors that that's coming soon. But there's always rumors. So, but where did I see it? I saw it in a comment somewhere. I'm wanting this. I don't know. I want to say Don B's video. I want to say it was there. Somebody was saying something about a grand jury and that Dawn and Candace are being indicted. I don't know. Sounds too good to be true. It's possible though. If they were the way that Dawn speaks about the cops like going in there and tearing up tearing everything up looking for Summer while he was in jail, and he says that they just keep coming in there and they've tore the place apart however many times. That says something to me. It's like the law enforcement knows they're involved, but they just cannot they just needed that one other little thing. It's like they almost got them. That's how it feels. Right, Jen G, that's so true. Nothing changes if nothing changes. Exactly. I wish I could pin comments on the screen. Let me see here. Color block. I don't know. There should be a way for me to highlight your guys' comments. Let me see if that will work. I don't know. Sorry, guys. I don't know how it works. Well, I couldn't get it to work the other day either. Maybe it's just for Twitch. Probably, yeah, we can't really believe that those searches really happen. That's true. Good point, Crystal. Because if there's law enforcement involvement, then that could just be a bunch of bullshit that Don's putting out there. I think also it could be a bunch of bullshit. The stuff he's saying about Lawson too. He could just be talking shit about him because it could be all part of the mask. I don't know. Because when I've been on the phone with Don, he always was talking up Lawson and how Lawson was a great guy and stuff. It's like, okay. Thank you, Ava. What is Ernie in the hospital for? Was he going through treatment? Loving parents, my husband treated me like a queen and loving son. Oh. He's on dialysis? Wow. Jim has a niece that has to get dialysis. Like at one point, she was having to get dialysis every day. Every day. Can you imagine? She's had to go through dialysis her whole life. I cannot even imagine. Now it's like, I think twice a week. But for a long time, it was every day. I don't... Sucks. Ernie yesterday said in a new state with a new girlfriend, so still hiding from his warrant. Oh, he has a warrant? Oh, so he's not in the hospital then. We sure can see Dawn get all full of details about searches and high-tech equipment. Summarize it here and now. Tim doing this 5-minute search clips. Uncap. We're just talking about how, well, I was talking about how crazy it is, how I, at one point, oh my gosh, guys, what does 111 mean in angel numbers? I keep seeing 111 lately. Anyways, we were talking about how, I was talking about how it's crazy how I now have just totally flipped. When for the longest time, I always just thought Candace was the main culprit in all this. I thought that she was, and now it's like I've completely changed, like flip-flopped, like, and now think that Dawn's like the main person who set this all up, and I think there's tons of people involved. I really do. Even somebody in law enforcement, and that's why it's so easy for people to cover this up. You would think the more people, the worse off it would be, because you would think it'd be easier for somebody to snitch, but when it's the whole freaking town involved, which is, I shouldn't say the whole town because but when it's like like 20 people or something. I don't think it's 20, but I think Owlie knows too. Because why would she have to lie? All these people lying, why would they have to lie if they're not guilty of anything? Allie, and then Allie getting her son H to, I mean, he's a minor, so I can only assume that he was coached. Allie, H, Dawn, Candace, Jody Sue, Andy, Bernard. Andy Bernard, I don't know if he really lies, but he just doesn't say stuff. He'll be like, I don't know. Oh yeah, wait, he does lie, because he tried to act like he didn't know what vehicle he was driving that day, and that's a lie. If you say I don't know and you do know, that's a lie. So a series of numbers is like a fortune cookie. Well, so I like in 2016 or so, I started seeing 333 everywhere. That's why I'm always talking about 333. It was so weird. It's called synchronicities, and you know, it has to do with that astrology and all that stuff, kind of in the same category of stuff. A lot of people, you know, like with horoscopes, and a lot of people believe in synchronicities. Like if they see certain numbers over and over and over again, like it's the universe trying to tell you something, and they're supposed to eat. Like if you keep seeing ones, then it's supposed to mean something. Keep seeing. Let's see. Angel number 111. New beginning. That's weird. Angel number 111 is a sign you're headed toward a new beginning. When you see this number, it's the universe, your guardian angels, or the higher power you believe in telling you that you're on the right path toward manifesting your dreams and visions into reality, whether it's a new career, relationship, or a fresh start in a new town. Isn't that crazy? Well, for me, it's crazy because a new beginning. I mean, that's what it's felt like after Jim passed away. It's like a whole chapter of my life just ended. It's so weird. So that is strange to me because I have been noticing 111, and I always see 333. So when I start seeing a different number all the time, I notice it. But I don't know. Like it could be. I'm not so sure this stuff is true. It could be just in my mind. Like our minds are very powerful. It could be something in my subconscious, or I don't know. I think Judy Sue and Andy know or are responsible. It's obvious that they are nervous and full of shit. Yes, so we know Andy and Jody Sue have lied also. Okay, Andy, Jody Sue, Candace, Dawn, Grandis, I'm sorry, she has lied, but I feel like she was fed a story to tell, and I still think it's shitty her daughter put her in that position. But anyway, so Andy, Jody Sue, Candace, Dawn, Grandis, Allie, H, Brad, who else has blatantly lied? Who am I missing? So that's like 8 people right there that I feel are definitely involved or no. I don't know. There could be numbers that are I don't know. Is there any? Some of them, they're like warnings. Yeah, in a way, not negative. Dumby, but sometimes they're warnings like to watch your ego or humble yourself. Yeah, there's some like that, but not like negative. I don't think. I haven't studied them too much though, but embrace new beginnings, linking heaven and earth. The second layer of meaning about 101 is also revealed by looking at the nature of the number 1. Trust, call to awareness, infinite possibility. Yeah, wow, 777 is one of the most sacred of numbers, and that would be a hard one to see because you're not going to see 777 on a clock. We won't go over this, sorry. I'm just pulling up I was trying to pull up a list of what all of them were, because I thought they're... Maybe we should do that. Maybe we should look into people's life path numbers on the backup channel or something. Do something fun like that one day, or... I don't know. I'll look at it later. On a slot machine, yes. I've never said anyone was guilty or innocent. I was not there, and only one who knows are people involved. I'm not the judge or your executioner. I see a lot of me in Candace. The dog sit on several footprints, or yeah, several. I mean, Fred Hill has been very upfront with the fact that the dogs hit on his property and over around there, so it does make him look suspect. So the fact that he was so willing to talk about it, and he was the one that put that out there and told me, I think says a lot. He's not really, Fred is mechanically blessed. He's not like an intellectual, we all have our different things. And yeah, he wouldn't be the type, I don't feel like he would be the type to be a part of something like that. Like planning, I just don't see it, but I've definitely been wrong before, that's for sure. Yeah, she probably did really take the nap. Your husband passed on 9/15/2015 at 9:15. I see 9:15 all the time. Aww. Yes. Here, I'll ask for you. When Sassy Brenda sees 9:15, is that her husband sending her a message? When she sees 9:15, is that her husband? I can see where this is going. Yes. That was a definite yes. But our minds are, it's always the first thing that we want to do is when we see synchronicities is be like, oh, that's just a coincidence. And it could be. But Fred said Candace was walking near his house. She could have transferred Somerset on the bottom of the shoes since Summer went. Yeah, and it makes me wonder, is it possible that Candace or Andy or one of them would have really thought about the scent, like as far as trying to make it look like set up to make it like to plan it on Fred? Do you think that they would? I don't know if they would even know how to go about that. How would they know how to put her scent down there? How would they do that? Like, I'm talking about intentionally. Good night, Marilyn. I don't think so, G-Crime. I don't think Candace walked anywhere. No way. It's not. It is so. The landscape of that area is so windy and hilly. I mean, you have to be physically fit to. There is no way that. No, I don't. And it makes more sense to hear that Candace actually drove down to Fred's and not walked, because that sounded so crazy, because there was no way. I mean, I don't know why I haven't measured the distance from Dawn and Candace's to Fred's yet. Like, when I'm driving, I don't understand why I haven't. videotaped it to see how long, like time wise, it was, so people could see that. People could see how far it actually is. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. I can't say it. No, not. I wouldn't be surprised to think it was a mile. Maybe not a mile. Maybe it seems like that far because you only go like 15, 20 miles an hour, and it's so windy and hilly. Hey, Dottie Lee. Do you think, though, that Dawn and Candace would have thought in advance, oh, let's take Summer's clothes and let's drive down to Fred's and put her scent down here? So I just don't understand how all that happened. Oh yeah, for sure, G Crime. Hey, Gemma. Hey, Gemma, I think I've been getting email notifications about you trying to contact me on Discord. I don't have Discord anymore. I haven't used it for a long time. Cronin Casey said today that Andy has an uncle with a blue van that lives right around there and goes by the name Elvis. That's not his real name, though. Yes. Cracking Cases is right, because I believe it's over there off Beach Creek, this blue van. I believe that, I wonder if Cracking Cases is talking about that same house where Marlena Crawford was staying. It's where her family lives. It's her dad's house, I think. Rick Crawford, and I believe her mom's name is like Elizabeth. I don't know. Her real name's actually Elizabeth. It's so hard to find anything on Marlena. It's really strange how she tries to hide who she is, because you cannot find anything on her. She doesn't even go by her real name. But Marlena Crawford is related to Fred Hill and Andy Bernard. You know, probably third cousins or something, third cousins. But they're not. I don't think any of them are close. But I am suspicious about, oh, yeah, Marlena. Another one to add to, I feel like she's another one involved. Because she's been so weird. Like, she won't talk unless she gets paid or something. Candace about a search going on and if she was going to go see if they find anything, and she said, no, I'm sitting here playing Monopoly and drinking. Oh my god. Okay, Gemma. Teresa is 1,000 times more sus to me. I don't understand how I know, right? Totally agree. Dawn was asked about Marlena's daughter saying Summer was packing for a trip just days before. He, of course, twisted it to a year before when he was in Utah. When did Marlena's daughter say that? Who talked to Marlena's daughter? She won't even she won't even take 10 minutes to go talk to searchers. Says how much she knows where Summer is and is lying to everybody. Six broken car window. She was trying to get the get out of jail free card. It was on lips. Oh. Jim is your granddaughter's name? Well, guys, well, I didn't hear about that about Marlena. Did you hear about Marlena supposedly being the go-between for Candace, like helping Candace find people to adopt her babies or something? I don't know, some craziness. I don't know. It seems really suspect. And then to hear that Marlena might have involvement with, stealing birth certificates and stuff like that. Or she got caught with a bunch of birth certificates, or I don't know. Supposedly, allegedly. I've heard it through the rumor mill. I don't know that for it to be a fact, but if that's true, that's very suspect too. Because what else kind of stuff is she involved in with when it comes to kids? This Marlena Crawford is very bad news. Sorry, Marlena, but you are. And everybody in Beach Creek thinks so too. And too bad we can't talk to her dad. Because he's the one that Fred claims told him that Dawn came to Rick Crawford and said that he sacrificed Summer for his sins, and he was crying and said he regretted it and blah blah blah. Says how Candace didn't keep in touch with her first lot of kids, perhaps 3, then Wells 4. No contact with them either. Didn't Grandy Candace say once Candace didn't want the boys back? That she didn't. It kind of rings a bell. The kid was staying the night. Something happened. She went home. Yeah, I've heard that. Oh, yes, she is. I did a deep dive on her for hours. Oh, really, little Annie? Are you talking about Marlena Crawford? It's hard for me to find anything on her, so, I'm pretty, researching is like my favorite pastime. I'm one that, I don't care, and they can think I'm crazy or whatever. I don't give an F, but every time I go on a date, even if I kind of know you or whatever, I'm going to check out your background and make sure. I'm going to. Like, anytime I go on a date with somebody, some guys get really offended by that. But I have a daughter, so I think everybody should check into anybody that they're allowing into their life. Has been in trouble for how long? Have they been together on and off? Who's her boyfriend now? She has left many children behind. Oh, really? Really? Okay, that really, yes, that does make her look even more suspect. because that shows her empathy when it comes to kids is lacking. So it then starts to make you wonder what else is she capable of, you know? Just like Dawn throwing a Summer's kitten to the dogs right in front of her as if it was food, and they mauled the cat to death right in front of Summer. So sad. That freaking made me, that, when I heard that, oh my gosh, that seriously brought tears to my eyes. That is so sad. Have been together for a while, on and off, even when he was in jail and prison. They were together before. Well, I'm gonna have to look into him. Thank you for giving me the idea. Right, Darlene? I mean, I don't look into I don't know, I probably should look into my neighbors. I mean, I guess I've looked around, like, who's the RSOs and stuff, but I don't go just searching people's, I only research people, like, if I'm going out with them or something. Because I don't even want to, I've gotten to the point in my life that I don't even want to even go there with a guy if there's certain deal breakers. And it's just better to know up front, because, like, why risk, like, actually, liking a guy, and then you kind of just let a few things slide. But if you know in advance, then it's easier to just be like, oh, no, sorry. That's why that's why I'm so forthright when I first start dating somebody. But it's never the same way back. They always lie. Oh, I'm true blue. Okay. God, people. That is Roy Lee. Who's Roy Lee? I thought it was Rick Crawford. Rick Crawford's her dad's name. CPS and Rose involved when the oldest Wells boys was little. I'm not sure, Chica. I'm not sure what that means. No, oldest boy. Wasn't CPS and Rose involved? Really, Darlene? Something weird happened like that to my grandfather after my grandmother passed away, and it made me so sad. These like teenagers or young, like 18, 19, 20-year-olds, like, knocked on my grandpa's door. Like, this girl knocked on my grandfather's door. It was just her by herself at first. Something like she was trying to say, like, that she was being chased. I don't know. It was something freaky, though. And they were trying to trick my grandfather. I'm like, that is so sad. My grandpa was amazing. But guys, I do have to go. I have to get up early, and get some things done. Ugh, don't want to, but I have to, you know. Contrary to popular belief, I do have responsibilities. You don't open the door anymore? Yeah, yeah. I've really been weird about, I don't even like Caitlin going outside by herself or anything because, like, then I don't even like her, like, putting the dog on the leash out there or anything because, I mean, I've seen how far that some of these lunatics have gone on here, and for as long as they have, it just, I'm like, oh my god, if they're that crazy to be going after me for, you know, every day for over a year, and they're, you know, pretty close, and can you imagine? I don't even, it's kind of scary, but anyways, guys, good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. I'll definitely probably be on here tomorrow because I'm sure I'm going to have a lot to talk about this court case. What did that say? Oh. Gemma just followed me on Twitch, but I don't even... I never went through with doing anything with my Twitch. But anyways, guys,